the treasurer of the Nigerian site of the NSE Ikeja branch, as well as the chairman of the innovation committee, and also the chairman of the innovation planning committee, amongst other volunteering activities I have with the branch. I have with me the chairman of the Nigerian site of the Engineering Ikeja branch, the person engineer Olutosin, Ogunmola, MNSE.
So thank you very much, Engineer Nimot, and thank you to our listeners. Thanks for joining us for this. It's with great pleasure that we want to take you around the different floors of the Rauf Aregbesola Engineering Research Center that we commissioned earlier in the year, which, amongst other things, will be housing our engineering innovation hub, where we are taking in the innovations that we have received in the past years during our innovation week, and we subject them to research and development through what we call innovation incubation and product development.
We'll be going through each of the floor. Each of the floor is about 55 square meters, but we are estimating a net working area of about 50 square meters for us to have equipment, workspace, digital library, and co-working space. So we'll go through each of the floors. It's not yet equipped, and this is an opportunity for us, for our listeners and stakeholders, to see what we have and where the various areas we intend to reach out to you for collaboration. So we start with the ground floor, where we call the workshop.
Here we have the workshop floor. Just like she just said, not yet equipped, but the ground floor will be an engineering workshop. Of course, we already have determined, based on the available space, the different equipment that we will have in here. First of such is the 3D printer that we have here, which is, of course, the first equipment that we have received that was donated to us by one of our stakeholders, and that is Ranzeros company. That's a company that deals in a number of such equipments, and they gave this to us a few years back. So just like we had said, like Engineer Nimot said, we look forward to a number of other organizations and individuals that will support us. In the course of events that will follow this, a number of those equipments will be shared, with our stakeholders.
These are just a few of the items that we've put together to take the students during the last innovation on electrical wiring of the house system. Is one of the skill transfer that we did, and this is one of the experiments that is left behind. One of the schools have not come to pick their experiment, and that is from Senior High School. They did a kind of wind system for renewable energy generation. Then there is one other one over there. They won't be coming to pick the experiments, but we intend to equip this floor to give them more opportunity to be here to learn and then improve their technical skills.
In addition to actually using the workshop to improve on the different innovations that the students have brought, it will also be open to engineers. We'll be having a CNC lathe machine and a number of other equipment that our members, rather than taking their jobs outside, they can actually bring them to this place, and they will do it at highly subsidized rates. And that is what we intend to have the innovation, the engineering workshop to do. So it's going to serve two purposes. Of course, by the time we get to the next floor that will be used for our engineering innovation hub, the workshop will be interfacing with the hub. So when we work on the research and development of any of the innovations, and it gets to the point that we have to do any form of machining or any form of printing, for example, on the 3D printer, then of course we will have the workshop interfacing effectively with the hub, as well as having it open to engineers who have a number of jobs to do, and they can come in here. Of course, that's one of the ways we have, pointed out how this building will be self-sufficient. So as such, the workshop will be a means of generating revenue to sustain and maintain the Engineering Research Center.
This is another experiment from Alimosho Senior Grammar School. They call it mosquito repellent, but they basically put a house together to explain how we can achieve a sustainable city. So all these are homemade materials and the concept of, they put a lot of concept into it. They say this is for clean energy generation. You can see, these are from secondary school students. They have the furniture in it, you know. They were able to take us through all of this, which you will have seen at the earlier segment of this documentary. So that's our dream, that's our vision, that they can actually come and actualize this in this building. That's all we have on the ground floor, the workshop area. We go to the first floor where we have the training center. We're now on the first floor where we have the Innovation Hub.
This first floor will house the Engineering Innovation Hub, and this is where we will admit all the innovations that have been submitted over the years during our Innovation Week, up onto the one that we just concluded, the Innovation Week for 2022. And what the Innovation Hub is to do, like I said, is meant to be an incubation center. So it's an innovation, incubation and product development. Just like we had said earlier on, the goal of all of this is to see how we can scale up these innovations until they become commercially viable products. So we equip the Innovation Hub with a digital library, and of course with research and development equipments that will ensure that we can admit the students, and of course we will now be able to support them, you know, on the journey of scaling up their innovations. So this is what the first floor will be used for. And just like we had said, it's important that this hub interfaces effectively with the workshop, and that is why we have it on the first floor. So when you walk up to a point and you have to machine a part, or you have to go and do a printing on the 3D printer, you can easily interface with the workshop. And this is really key for this resource center.
So it's about the same 55 square meter as well, and then you'll be partitioned for up to like 15 innovators to work simultaneously without interference, and there'll be also opportunity to work for them to work together as a group in case there are more than one individual that want to work. So we have quite a space for them to also have a resting area. So that's all we have on the first floor. So we go to the second floor. The second floor, we virtually don't have anything here. Is the library, both the physical and the digital library.
The second floor of the Rauf Aregbesola Engineering Research Center will be deployed as a co-working space. So again, just like I said on the workshop floor, this is another floor that is actually aimed at the sustainability of the building. You know, it will be a commercial center for people that don't have a permanent office space. So we set it up as a co-working space, you know, with internet, fully internet enabled, and of course with consistent power supply. We intend to deploy solar. So it's a place that you can come in to hold your meetings and be sure that, of course, it will meet every required standard for an office space. So in addition to having it as a co-working space, we will also have a physical library. You will recollect that in the hub, we will be having a digital library to support research and development in the Engineering Innovation Hub. But up here in the co-working space, we will have a place for our physical library where we can have materials, you know, that people can actually, you know, rely upon for studies. And of course, every past records of the branch from inception will also be there. So it's a place that we will keep the history of our branch, the branch to beat, over the past 30 years.
Yeah, so that is it about this floor in a nutshell.
And same size.
Same size also for all our dreams and aspirations towards our technical skill development in the Engineering Innovation Hub.
And one of the things that we really would need support of our collaborators and stakeholders for, particularly on this floor, is the fiber optic cable supply for reliable internet service on this floor. Already we have quotations for all of those, and we can always share with whichever organization would be ready to support us with this. We want it to be a state-of-the-art co-working space that meets every requirement for an office space for you to hold your meetings, while also keeping the records history and of course the physical library of engineering materials.
Yeah, you can as well support us with your technical skill. If you we have librarians who can actually set up all of this. Please, we're very open to collaboration. You can assist us with your technical skills, send us ideas, and link us to collaborators who are investing in this kind of initiative. Thank you.
And of course, even books.
Yeah.
So we have a number of our senior members. I know of one of our senior members, a professor, who of course will be with us during the engineering week, who has promised, much earlier than now, to support us with a number of books that we can put in the library.
We are now here on the 4th floor, which is the training center. We choose here to be the training center to be away from the machine noise, all the noise distraction in the environment and also in the
So just like she just said, it's the topmost floor, and we are deploying this place as a training center. So it's going to be equipped with state-of-the-art equipment for training, talking about the projectors, sounds in the public address system, and then the boards, magnetic boards. So, and we expect it will not just be meant for the training organized by the branch, it will also be a commercial center. So we will be collaborating with training organizations that can actually make use of this place for their training programs. So it's a training center that will be a state-of-the-art, and of course, we will also still have a way of interfacing with our engineering innovation hub. There will always be times that we want to bring the innovators for a classroom session, and we will be deploying this training center. So again, we will look forward to our collaborators to support us with the different materials. We already have a list of all the requirements and even with the cost. So we want to share. We expect that people can actually donate both in cash and in kind. So if anybody wants to donate in kind, just let us know. We give you the specifications of the different equipment that we want, right from the workshop through the innovation hub, the co-working space, and of course the training center that we are in currently. And
I just want to add that the training center will be for both physical and virtual training. So in case you are not living within Nigeria and you want to organize training, we intend to equip the place for digital learning and also virtual collaboration. I mean, we're in the era of unlimited possibilities. So we look forward to your collaboration, support. You can reach out to the numbers at the end of this documentary, and we'll be very open to work with you.
And just like I also said earlier on, if you want to reach out to us, you can as well, aside reaching out through the numbers that we will see at the end of this documentary, you can please send an email. Of course, it will also be part of the information we'll put at the end of this documentary. You send an email to innovation@NSE Ikeja branch.org.ng. And it's important to point out the fact that this resource center is actually situated in a very central place. It's on Oba Ogunji Road in Ogba, Agege. And of course, you will see the surroundings. So for those that will want to use this place for their training, or those that will want to hold their meetings at our co-working space, you would indeed find this place quite central and quite serene for all of those activities. And beyond that, of course, like we have said, we are at the critical stage of equipping, equipping all the floors of the Rauf Aregbesola Engineering Resource Center, and we look forward to having you as a collaborator on this to take forward and to advance the cause of engineering innovation in our dear country.
All right. Say a very big thank you, and just to add that in case you are coming from outside Nigeria, our location is just about 15 minutes from the airport. Once again, we say a very big thank you, and we look forward to collaborating and working with you. Thank you.
Engineer Tosin Ogunmola, currently serving as the chairman of the Nigerian Society of Engineers Ikeja branch. I have with me
Engineer Nimot, the treasurer as well as the chairman innovation committee, and also the chairman of the just concluded innovation week. Thank you.